It's Dragon Ball time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the s.h.figuarts Dragon Ball Z Kiwi. This is the most powerful, most magnificent character of Dragon Ball Z. One of the essential ones, and I don't know why it took s.h.figuarts so long to make this guy. Because this is Vegeta's true rival. None of that Goku crap. This is the strongest, fiercest, most feared warrior in Frieza's army, and I cannot wait to get this guy out of the packaging and review an absolute masterpiece of the best character in Dragon Ball Z. I'm actually scared to unbox this guy on video because of the unlimited power he's gonna unleash once I open his box. Damn. Did you feel it? I know you felt it through the lens. So, if you're also a fan of Kiwi, as you obviously are because he's the best character in Dragon Ball Z, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, leave a like on this video, and comment what is your favorite Kiwi memory. Size of the magnificent one. Now, luckily, I have only to measure him in centimeters and inches, so that would be 14.5. A little bit to the top of his head, because if I would have to measure him in awesomeness, my camera would explode, and there was no way I could match any of that. So for your inches, he stands about 5.6. Size comparisons.
Here's Jolter, the fake rival s.h.figuarts Goku, the jealous one Vegeta, Super Android 17, and Darkseid.
So I'm not going to keep this up for the rest of the video. This is I just having a joke. I can already tell, like, there's some comments like stupid. You don't get the joke. Get out. Anyway, so he's a Frieza minion who shows up real tough, tries to challenge Vegeta, and is absolutely annihilated. So, you know, that's Kiwi, that's the legacy. I still think it's funny that they made like a meme character like that. But let's have a look at the actual figure. First and foremost, I love the mold. There is some detail. He has this weird pox on the face. Now, unfortunately also, there's a lot of unpainted plastic when it comes to the face. Well, the entire head, just like this blue plastic. And you notice that even more because the eyes are printed on there fairly nicely, and we do also have the inside of his mouth, which is painted. He has an antenna sticking out of his jaw, which I actually articulated, so that's nice. And for the rest of the body, we're struggling with the same old issues that we always have with every kind of Frieza armor type characters. Boom! That looks like crap. So yeah, he does have quite the large chest, very wide, very shiny. That looks nice. I mean, the paint on the armor, I can't really complain about anything in there. And he has his gloves, which have one of the ugliest color I've ever seen. You know, it's not white, it looks like washed. It looks like he's, I don't know, did unspeakable things to that armor. Then we also have the side panels, which really just regular hinge. And then we go down to his cock. Actually not, but we do have the crotch area, and then we have some muscle work also in the thighs. The muscles are kind of weird. You know, he has the bulge over here, and the way it's molded. I mean, it's an alien anatomy, so I'm not judging him for that. And then we have the boots with some more ugly freaking color. Like, what is that? What is that? Is that green? Is that like beige? I can't even make it out, but it looks awful. Generally speaking, yeah, I don't know. Also, the pants, when they're looking at it, it's kind of more brownish than black. This color scheme is quite ugly, and I guess they picked that on purpose. But generally speaking, the mold's fine. For the articulation, we do have some good parts and some not so good parts. First and foremost, the head just kind of rocks back and forth. It's fine, I guess. Also swivels all the way around and does tilt side to side. But we also have neck articulation, so you can rotate that around pretty freely, as much as the sculpt really lets it. I say that, but then I just get stuck. But we also do have, as I mentioned, his weird kind of jaw, fins, mustache, whatever. So you can swivel those around. Those are not on ball, but you know, that's fair enough. Then we have the big hinge in the Saiyan armor, so that's the standard Saiyan stuff. We do have this butterfly joint, bring it forward all the way, but you know, the Saiyan armor just looks like crap when you bend it up like that. I guess if you like somewhat getting into pose, we don't really see that much. You can try to hide it, but it's not great. And then you can also shift it a little bit on the ball inside of that. Not really that much. You don't really have that much room. And you also have a big hinge in the shoulder itself, bicep swivel, double hinged elbow. Most of these things are standard, but let's see, let's move this elbow up all the way. And then we also have the fist on a ball hinge, can bring that up and down, and can be swiveled. Doesn't have the greatest room, and then we can bend them all the way forward because we do have a big hinge in there. So forward movement, no issues there. Backward movement, not so much. Side to side, obviously we know with the armor you don't really have that much room. And then we also have the side panels, which are on hinges, so you can bring that up. Freeze up the torso, well, the hip articulation. We can also rotate that around, and then for the legs, those go up quite nicely for some high kicks out to the side. It stops over there, and to the back. Okay, then we also can swivel around on the thighs, and you do have the double hinge knee and the foot, which is, I think this is like a double ball connection. Yeah, there it is. I want one ball and the other one. I'm not the biggest fan of that, like, honestly, because you can shift this somewhat if you get a good grip on it. And the tilting just doesn't really work. I feel like a ball hinge kind of gets more out of it. You do have the big boot, so I kind of get what they're doing. It also can be rotated, but not the biggest fan. And then you also have a toe hinge. Surprisingly high in accessories. First and foremost, we do get a Vegeta face, which you can combine with a Vegeta figure I don't have. It's the 24,000 power level Vegeta, sold separately. But yeah, you can put that on there. Then, yeah, there's just also we have, according to the instructions, these fingers are for Vegeta. I think that's what he uses when he blows them up. I'm not sure anymore. But it has the same color as the Kiwi hands, which is like this washed up gray, not quite white. It's weird. Okay, so unfortunately I cannot show you that because I don't have the actual figure for that. But let me show you an actual freaking treat, and those are the faces. Like, this is my favorite one. I'm kind of like tempted to use this one. So first and foremost, this does look a lot better. The eyes are popping out. It has like the glossy tongue. This is really good. I love this. Please do more of this. Then we have the smile with the teeth on there. I also like the paint on it. Like, it's baffling to me how you paint the teeth and the mouth so beautifully, but then you just refuse to paint the entire head, right? That's still just like blue plastic. And then we have this surprised face. Vegeta's gonna kick my ass. How did that happen? And then we have like, ah! That's the expression. Exactly that noise. So by the way, I'm looking at the ears because like some ears you can take off, other ears you can take off, and I guess that just like goes with the one episode where he shows up, or was it like 1.5 episode? Anyway, he bites the dust quite quickly. Then we have some booby grab hands, and we also have some open blast hands, and finally we have two scouters where you just remove his ear, and then you can put one of these in there. I don't really know why it comes with two, but why not? Final thoughts! And this figure is actually quite decent for such a niche character. Yes, I know, like, we have the old school problems of s.h.figuarts of not wanting to put paint on, like, the skin tones. Also, like, I don't know if you've seen it, but in the regular head, he has, like, the weird line. He has a weird line going down his face where the plastic's connected. So, that's not great. But other than that, I mean, body's pretty solid. Articulation works really well. I mean, like, I think it's probably a new Vegeta body. And other than that, he has like a ton of accessories. Like, the amount of faces, he literally has probably every expression he ever had in the entire show. So that's a treat, and that's a feature. Yeah, it's weird, and I was ready to be like, oh, just skip this one. This is actually a fun Frieza minion, even if you don't care about the character himself. Yeah, he has like one of the worst color palettes on the planet, but I guess that's intentional. And again, the paint that's on there is quite nice, and the figure looks alright. And the faces, man. The faces. So yes, Kuiwi is actually the supreme ruler of s.h.figuarts. Not quite, but still the figure is really solid. And if you just want a cool Frieza minion, you don't really go wrong with this one. So that's it. Recommended. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like. And subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure views, VTuber stuff, and whatever Kiwi wants.